This episode was brought to you by the Secret Society of Adored Women.
Have you been tirelessly going on crap-tastic dates, having crap-tastic results with men, even spending a crap-tastic amount of time weeding through meh guys and fretting over the one who won't call you back or commit?
Join us for our Hush Hush group of like-minded, successful, badass single women from around the world, turning the dating scene on its head and creating scandalously magical romantic experiences that you will cherish forevermore.
But beware, your love life and life will never be the same again.
Meet us over at thesecretsocietyofAdoredWomen.com.
You are listening to Single Smart Female.
This is Jen,
And Jen,
letting it all hang out for your love life.
examining your dating experiences and answering your hot topic dating questions.
Just you and us, Jen squared. No topic is off limits and no filters involved.
We are here to help you do dating on your terms.
If you have a question you would like us to answer or would like to immediately upgrade your love life with our collection of classes and exclusive merchandise, meet us over now at singlesmartfemale.com. Hello, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
It's kind of good to see you today.
It's way good to see you.
Well, of course it is. It's
Duh.
me.
Yeah. The most beautiful Jen number 1 in the house.
And almost as beautiful, but not quite there, Jen number 2. No, I'm just
I
messing.
don't know. The coffee shop guy really liked you.
Well, yeah. That would be because I introduced myself as Hottie and you as Toddy.
Yeah, true. That's all right. Cute things come in small packages sometimes. Actually, I'm not the small package. Anyway.
You are significantly taller than me. You do realize
Am I?
it. Yes.
I'm 5'5". What are you?
5'3".
Oh.
That's significant in my world.
Well.
Think of it in penis size. It's significant.
Oh my
2
gosh.
inches.
Oh, 2 inches is quite a bit when it comes to like a max of like, I don't even know what the max is. We should look up and see what it is. But
Okay,
not
I
right
think
now.
we're really getting off track here.
We are. So let's
It's
get
my
back on.
understanding we have a listener question today.
We do. We just have too much fun together. Okay, so all right. So this question comes all the way from Dubai, an area I would love to visit. I have seen so many amazing things about that area. And so anyway, let's dive right in. So before I get to the actual question, I wanted to share with you some of the preliminary questions that we ask and her answers. So this is coming from Miss Dubai Diva. So this question, the preliminary question is, are you focused on one particular man right now? Miss Dubai Diva said, I was dating a few men. It got too hectic balancing with work, so I've been seeing one man mainly at the moment, but also still chatting with people online and happy to date new people if I meet someone exciting. And so Miss Dubai Diva also said, we asked her, how did you find out about us? She said she was searching dating advice on podcasts and wanted to find a podcast that told it as it is and was actually helpful. So thanks. And we're
Woohoo.
like, yeah, thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
I've been trying Mantourage dating, but struggling with the finer details. So yes, let's help Miss Dubai Diva. So here is her question. Dear Jens, I've been dating a guy and we get along and I'm having fun, but I can see he has some insecurities, which is stopping him from going the extra mile for me. For example, I like it when he holds the car door open for me. I've expressed that's what I've liked, but he'll make a joke and pretend he's too cool for being a real gentleman, even though I can tell he wants to make me happy. We've been on 7 dates, and I thought it was time to take things to the next level, so I slept with him. It was good, but the next few times we were more intimate, he started to have some performance issues. I get it. It happens, and I've been understanding it and told him not to worry. My question is, if I don't feel like he's my forever man, when do you decide to drop him out of your entourage? I enjoy spending time with him, so should I keep him? But sometimes he is self-centered and doesn't consider my needs, so should I get rid of him? Is he okay for now until I find someone better? Or if he can't fulfill my sexual needs and he doesn't always treat me how I want to be treated, then is he worth still having around? I want to give Mantourage dating a good go, but struggling with the concept of sleeping with a man and dating other men at the same time. I know being exclusive is different to sleeping exclusively with someone, but this is my next hurdle that I'm trying to overcome. So that is our question, Jen.
Okay, so this is actually a really interesting question. And I think that there are a few parts that we actually have to address here. And I am curious, Jen, where do you think we should start?
Let's play rock, paper, scissors to see if she should keep him or not. That's how I make
wait.
all
Shouldn't we
of.
flip a coin instead of playing rock? How do you play rock, paper, scissors for a decision?
Oh, you would be yes and I would be no.
Okay,
So
so
if
whoever
you win,
wins, okay,
yeah.
it wouldn't be rock means yes, and then another you assign something else to a no, and then one means maybe,
Nope. It's you against me.
as it should be.
Rawr.
Oh, I could have so much fun with this.
I know.
Okay, we'll do rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, so let's do 1, 2, 3.
Wait, but who's yes and who's no?
You're yes, I'm no.
Okay, she should stay with him.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You
If I win.
Yes.
And shouldn't stay with him.
If I win.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
So go to 1, 2, 3, shoot.
All right,
okay.
you do it.
1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh,
we tied! Maybe. Okay, so let's drop that.
Okay.
We're not going to leave her love life to chance.
Right.
With that said, I guess that's where we should start. Let's answer whether or not she should stay with this or leave this guy in her Mantourage. And to be honest, because of the culmination of everything, I would say no. And the reason being because you've established something with somebody. Okay, so first off, you have this idea, or you're struggling with the idea, and we're going to address that in a little bit, but the concept of sleeping with one man and dating other men. So as you sleep with somebody more, it's natural to start to feel even more loyal towards them, more connection, things like that. The other piece of this is, though, he is already neglecting some of your needs, and he is being self-centered at times, and you just find him okay. So you have to take somebody that you're gonna connect with that, and it's not even really good in the first place, and you're gonna keep connecting with him that way, is actually cock blocking you from the potential of finding love. It's gonna be extremely difficult as you grow, possibly more loyal, even if you're pissed off at him, to incorporate somebody else because you're gonna have this conflict set up in your head.
Yeah, I agree. And I just want to tell you that one thing I really like that you do is that you express to him something that you liked, which helps encourage him to continue that behavior. So I want you to keep doing that with your next Mantourage members. Keep telling them, I like this. I'm thinking that this guy is probably just a little bit immature, and that's why he's acting too cool and not continue doing it. Most men want to continue doing the behavior that you have addressed and told them that you like.
And I'm going to say I like the fact that you notice underneath all this, he does want to make you happy. I get that. Okay, now, with that said, I'm going to come down on you a little bit, and I want all of you ladies to realize that when I give you some hard-hitting stuff about some of the behavior that's going on, it's not so that you rip yourself apart, you make yourself feel bad, or that I am really trying to reprimand you. What I'm trying to do is to stop the behavior right now so that you don't have to be hurt by it in the future, because there's something going on here, and I'm wondering if Jen knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Totally.
That is self-sabotage. What is it, Jen?
Oh, well, maybe I don't know. But this is what stuck out to me, is that she felt like he wasn't stepping up for her and he was being self-centered and all that, but she wanted to take it to the next level.
Well, she ended up having sex with him because she felt like she should.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so there's a whole bunch of shit going on in that idea right there. Don't sleep with somebody. This is not just for you, Miss Dubai Diva. This is for all my ladies. Don't sleep with a man that's not treating you the way that you want to be treated.
Amen.
Ever. That is something really sacred and special.
And he doesn't deserve that if he's not being the way you want him to be with you.
No, I mean, he doesn't have to be a perfect man by any means.
Right.
That's not what I'm trying to say or convey here at all. But why sleep with somebody and reward them with one of the most intimate pieces of yourself? And when he's obviously, even if you do see that he is trying to make you happy on certain levels, but he's obviously not taking everything into consideration, because this really feels like from your submission that you did this just because you thought it was the next step.
Yes.
All right. Sex is not the next step. There are no directed steps here. Sex is something very sacred, very special. And yes, if you're a woman who likes to sleep with multiple men, there's nothing wrong with that, if that's what is in your heart. Okay. But if it's not, like it is in your case, do not hand that out to a man just because you think that that is the next step, or you think you're going to lose him because of it. It's ridiculous how many times we as women, and by the way, I used to be extremely guilty of this. So I am speaking from an embarrassing amount of experience in this particular subject. Don't sleep with a man until you're really ready. And that means your heart's on board too, not just your physical body. Sometimes we think as women, because we get turned on in a moment, maybe we've had a little more to drink than we want to, we just get lost in that moment, but our heart is not there yet. Do not sleep with men unless your heart is there too. Your physical body isn't the only dictation of when to have sex. And it's more important to consider your sexual time frame than it is anything else. And there are definite ways that you can address yourself sexually, even if you're feeling a little frisky right now and nobody to connect with. It is better to turn that energy into yourself than it is to reach out to a random person who's not treating you well. And just half-ass well does not count as being treated well. Knowing that he's got, good intentions, but it's not the same as actually being treated well.
Right. I also, back in the submission, she was saying he won't go the extra mile, or she doesn't think that he would go the extra mile for her. The fact that you think that is an indication, like, don't go give your body, especially if you're a person who's having trouble with the idea of sleeping with one person and dating other people. Like, that's a big deal to you then.
Yeah, you've just committed yourself to him if you're already struggling with that, which we're going to, again, like I said, we're going to address that piece. But I kind of want to bring up, Jen, your situation, Mr. Prickly Nose Hair, that I told you.
Oh my gosh.
Now, okay, granted, what I'm going to tell you right now is I actually told her she needed to go out on a second date with this guy, and he ended up being a complete douchebag.
Yes.
So I was telling Jen that, I feel kind of shitty. I'm not going to lie, because I told you to give this guy another chance, and then he actually ended up being
he could have been a great guy.
Well, and he chose not to be. So I'm really proud of you and what you did. So tell us what happened.
Okay, so we went out on one date, and we went and played shuffleboard, and
you had an amazing
had a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
And but he had prickly nose hairs, and that
I
was
didn't
really
find that out on date one.
Oh, it was date two.
I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. And on date two.
I've never heard of this, but apparently this is a thing. Some people have prickly nose hairs on their
Yeah,
nose.
I'm not sure if he shaves them, but they were maybe a half an inch long on the tip of his nose. And I Googled it. It happens.
Okay.
I had never heard of it either, but on our second date, he kissed me, and it poked me.
Okay.
It poked me in my face.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my gosh, no, Jen, I can't.
If you were afraid that it might give you a rash, right?
Or I don't know. It just was, it was tripping me out. It's bothering me, scaring me. And that's not fair, because
it's not. So I told you to go out with him again, because I was like, that's not a fair assessment of a man.
It's not. It's totally rude. And I don't know. It's very superficial for me to be upset by that. So I said, okay, I'm going to get over that. Called him up. We went out on our third date. It was a lovely time. We went wine tasting. And I forgot to mention, on our second date, at the end of the night, he said, I am having the most fun that I have ever had in several years.
Okay.
And so then he said, I think we should go back to your house. And I was like, oh, no. I'm not ready for that. No way. Because it's our second date.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to be in my house yet. I mean, not for several dates do you need to be at my house, right?
Is that what you said to him? Or did you just say no?
I said, no, I'm not ready for that.
Did you say it calmly, or did you get all like, oh, no way in hell kind of thing?
I giggled, and I was like, oh, no. Yeah, I didn't make a big deal about it, but I was like, oh, no.
Okay.
So a third date, we went wine tasting, and he when we're setting up the date, I could tell he was hesitant. So for some reason, I just brought up, hey, seemed like you didn't want to go back out. What was that about? And he said to me that he didn't want to he wasn't sure if he wanted to go back out with me because I was someone who was too structured, and I put structured in quotes, and I was like, what does structured mean?
I don't know, but I like it. I like that he calls you structured. I think that's hot.
I don't mind being structured, but he did. He minded me being structured. And he said, you're a person who has too many hoops to jump through in order to sleep with, and I don't do well with structured people.
Ooh.
And I thought, well, take yourself right on out that door.
Take
right
your
now.
unstructured ass and move
Go
on.
Yeah, because that's not me, and I'm not going to feel pressured, you
Mhm.
know. And I want to be with someone that I have, I have a lot of connection with. It doesn't prickle me in the face.
Moral of the story: if a woman has prickly nose hairs, not a big deal.
No.
She's probably the most amazing woman you've ever met in your life. A man with prickly nose hairs, run fast, run, run far away.
He does not want your structure. That's a joke.
We are joking.
No, but honestly, I'm going to honor my own time frame as to when I'm going to be intimate with someone, and it's going to be somebody who treats me really well. And I'm not to say that I haven't made mistakes or that I won't in the future make mistakes, but the fact of the matter is that is my guideline. I want to be on my own time frame, and I want it to be with someone who is worthy of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he was not.
I couldn't agree more. So with that said, I'm ashamed and glad all at the same time that I told you to go out on a second date with him, because that
Do
makes
not
for
be.
a great story.
Well, that's the thing. You don't even know. Is he going to be a fabulous guy? You have no idea until you give it a try. And then you realize, no, you're not fabulous. So bye.
But Jen also historically has had issues with boundaries, which I was really proud of her that she was able to stand up to him like this and just say, okay, next. Very proud of you. With that said, talking about sexual timeframes, and want to make it very clear that you, Miss Dubai Diva, and all of my ladies out there, you take sex on your time frame. If you're one of the women that wants to sleep with men more quickly, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure that your heart is in the same place. And if it's not, if you start freaking out every time you have a sexual encounter with somebody, because you can't, especially early on, you can't go into a sexual encounter expecting forever at that moment. When I was dating my husband, Jen was asking me about this earlier. She asked me, how did I reconcile sex in my head? And I said I had sex with him because I wanted to have sex with him without the expectation of something happening afterwards. And I knew that if I didn't hear from him for whatever reason, we all know that he would go MIA frequently. If I didn't hear from him, I didn't flip out about it. I just turned my attention to other pieces of my life and other people in my Mantourage. And I was having so much fun that it didn't matter. And it was okay for me to have sex with that one man and still have people in my Mantourage. Now, one of the things I love about this is that I learned that I didn't have to listen to society's rules about when to have sex. And my husband waited for quite a bit before we actually did have sex.
When you were dating.
Mm-hmm, when we were dating, which is one of the things I loved about him. He made me feel comfortable in that way. Then I also felt very powerful as, I had other men who were waiting patiently too. We didn't actually get there, and that was fine. But I loved that power I felt, the respect I felt from men. And any man, and I did have an incident with a man who thought he basically reprimanded me. And this is a guy I was really hot for. He reprimanded me for heavily making out with him and then not sleeping with him. I was kind of stunned when it happened, but I was just, okay, next. And yeah, ladies, you might meet these men, but stand up to them. Just be who you are. Even if you don't say the right thing and you don't have the perfect comeback, don't let it tear you apart. It is not your job to fulfill their sexual needs when they have been misguided sexually, that it's a woman's job to respond to anything that they want sexually. That's all fucking bullshit. It's their job to respond to us. It's their job to take it at our pace. Sexual time frame is at our pace, okay? That is something I want to say over and over again to you.
In all reality, it's both people's pace, because it's very rare, but it exists that there are men that want to wait to have sex too. So it's really about honoring each other. And it most of the time happens that a woman is the one who is taking longer to get to that point. But But the thing is, Jen, that those guys, you felt very powerful because those guys wanted to be with you, right? And you were taking things at your pace. You were powerful because you were looking out for yourself and putting your needs first before theirs.
Yes. I do respectfully disagree about it being their pace too. It's really our pace.
Whatever. I know some guys. I know it's weird.
No, I'm not saying that there aren't guys that do want to wait longer. I've heard of those guys, but majority of the guys are because they're very sexually inclined, and it's a natural response to your physical beauty and your other pieces of you as well. They're very on board with having sex right away.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
for sure.
so-
It's super rare. I know one in particular.
But
I just know
do.
one.
It does exist. It absolutely 100% does exist. But yes, I'm a big believer in men should take sexual things at our pace. I know that a lot of women, because they're so afraid of losing a guy's interest, or they think it's the natural next step, is because we've been so poorly educated as women. And when I say educated, I'm talking about sexually educated. I'm not talking about, all
Not
your
your
advanced
MBAs.
degrees and stuff, but all the shit ass information that is out there about dating and romance and love, that we do things that are out of integrity with us. Okay. And so again, if you're one of the women who wants to go into sex more quickly, girl, you go, girl. I'm 100% behind you. If your heart is in it, if your heart's not in it, back the fuck up. Also, one of the things, okay, again, I think you should get rid of this guy for all the things that we already talked about. But one of the things you could do is take the sex out of the equation, see if he continues to date you and see what happens.
I've done that.
Huh?
I've done that.
I that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I wouldn't keep sleeping with this guy because you are struggling with the concept of sleeping with a man and dating other men. And he will emotionally block you from meeting the man of your dreams and enjoying your mantourage. But let's talk about the concept of sleeping with a man and dating other men. One of my favorite quotes, and you ladies are going to hear me beat this one into the ground because it's fucking brilliant, is from Ninon de L'Enclos. She was a French courtesan in the 17th century. I hope I got that one, the century right. But she said, feminine virtue is nothing but a convenient masculine invention. This is something that we have to recognize, that we are being conditioned as women in society that we are supposed to follow the lead of men, sexually and otherwise. So this idea of that we're supposed to do things at a certain time frame, whether it be fast, whether it be, it's all, if you're feeling weird about it, like you can't sleep with somebody and date other men, that's all male imposed. That's not because it's truly meant to be that way. Mantourage dating is about giving you your power back as a woman so that you can design your love life any way you want it to be. Which means this isn't really a hurdle that you need to overcome. I would suggest to you, either stop sleeping with this man. You can continue to date him, but stop sleeping with this man. But start improving the talent in your mantourage at this point. And you take sexual activity at your pace. In fact, I wouldn't do it until you're really excited about it and you feel very comfortable with the man, that he has taken time to get to know you. And then you can proceed sexually. And after that, if you end up going into a relationship, great. But if you continue to mantourage date, I need you to write down the quote, feminine virtue is nothing but a convenient masculine invention. And when you do that, you keep honoring yourself and you keep dating. Another great place to do that is with us in the Secret Society of Adored Women. Why? Because so many times, to let go of guilt, it's easier to do it when you're with a group of like-minded women who are doing the same thing. You have amazing guides at your disposal. That's what makes this program so incredibly special. So not only do you have even deeper information than what we give to you here on the podcast, because I'm not sharing everything here. There's no way in hell I'm going to share everything on the podcast. There's sacred, special stuff that should not exist on the internet. It exists in small groups where we can share it with each other and that we can explore different ideas and different ways of being and start to let go of all this guilt in life that holds us down and serves absolutely no purpose. Okay, lover girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show.
Mantourage dating is all about true feminine power. Don't throw it away by having sex with a man before you are ready or because you think you're supposed to.
This episode was brought to you by the Secret Society of Adored Women.
Have you been tirelessly going on crap-tastic dates, having crap-tastic results with men, even spending a crap-tastic amount of time weeding through meh guys and fretting over the one who won't call you back or commit?
Join us for our Hush Hush group of like-minded, successful, badass single women from around the world, turning the dating scene on its head and creating scandalously magical romantic experiences that you will cherish forevermore.
But beware, your love life and life will never be the same again.
Meet us over at thesecretsocietyofAdoredWomen.com. Hey, lover girl, this is Jen again. Don't forget to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app, as well as share Single Smart Female with all of your single smart girlfriends. And if you would like to play around and learn more about Mantourage dating, come see me at singlesmartfemale.com. Talk to you next time.